Well, my dear students, from today onwards, I shall teach you geography as well as economics. Today I am going to start economics chapter 1, development. Development, progress or growth are synonymous. Development is needed by one and all. Development The development of present period is determined by the development made in the past, and the development of the future will depend upon the development will made in the present time. Development has two most important features. First is different persons can have different development goals, but all have no identical goals for development. Take for example, a girl child expects as much freedom and opportunity as her brother enjoys. She also wants her brother to do all the household work, and so for the girl it is development, but for the male child it is not development. So different persons can have different developmental goals. Another example, a farmer wants to sell their products at higher price so that they can obtain more income. On the other hand, the traders and the consumers want to purchase agricultural products at lower price so that they can make more profit. So here are also conflicting developmental goals for the farmer and the traders. The second thing is, what may be development for one is not development for the other, or it may be destructive or conflicting for the others. Take for example, the construction of dams on the rivers provide enormous amount of electricity. So industrialists and urban people wants to make more and more dams for uninterrupting power supply. For them, it is development. On the other hand, the people who are living in the river basin across which a dam is constructed will face deluge, their land, forests, home and hearth will be submerged. They will face dislocation. They have to abandon their home and hearth and to out-migrate to another place. For them, it is not development. So these two features should be kept in mind while discussing development. In national development, the conflicting notions of development of the people should be assembled at one place, and the government and its agencies should undertake such steps, such developmental steps that can provide relief to wider sections of society. Next is, development is divided here into most important groups. One is economic development, the other is human development. Economic development is based on income. More and more income, more and more development. It is quantitative aspect of development. On the basis of this, The World Bank in World Development Report 2006 divided the world into two groups. One, high income group countries, that is developed countries, and the other low income group countries, that is poor countries. According to it, developed countries are those countries where per capita income of the people is more than 4,53,000 and above per annum, like the USA, Britain, France, Germany, Japan, etc. On the other hand, the countries where per capita income is less than 37,000 per annum. India's per capita income according to 2000 data is 28,000 only, and so India is low income countries or underdeveloped countries. There is a difference between these two, and this question is raised time and again in the board exams. Differentiate between developed and underdeveloped countries. The first difference is the people of developed countries have higher per capita income, that is more than 4,53,000 and above, and the per capita income of underdeveloped countries is 37,000 or below it. The second is the standard of living of the developed countries is high, while the standard of living of the people in underdeveloped countries is low. Third, in developed countries most of the work is done by machines. On the other hand, in underdeveloped nations most of the work is done by hand. Fourth, in developed countries most of the people are engaged in secondary occupation, that is industrial sector. On the other hand, in underdeveloped countries, most of the people depend upon primary sector of the economy. Now, two or three terminologies should be understood. First is national income. It refers to the income generated within the country within a financial year from all sectors of the economy, primary, secondary or tertiary, plus the foreign remittances. Because some people of India are working in foreign countries and they used to send their money for their families. So national income includes both internal production and its value plus foreign remittances. When national income is divided by the total population of the country, it is called per capita income or average income. The third is GDP, gross domestic product. Gross domestic product is different from national income because in this only the products and its values from all the sectors of the economy within the country is calculated. In this, foreign remittances is not added. So these three terms should be understood properly: national income, per capita income and GDP. In next class we will discuss another aspect of development, that is human development. Thank you.